Hey guys, it's Maggie and I am back today. Finally, I know this is going to be counted towards Walk and Talk Wednesday. Of course, I am not walking, I'm only talking because I've got some health updates for you, and it involves me sitting my butt on this chair, not moving a whole lot. I'll explain it to you, but I've got some updates, what's been going on the last couple weeks, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. All right, so couple of things just to preface this video. Yes, I am aware if my sound is not matching with my mouth. I'm hoping I can fix it in editing, but I'm not 100% sure that I'll be able to. Also, got a new microphone. That's the reason why this is happening. I somehow screwed up a setting on my computer for the sound to be pulled, or the recording to be pulled from my camera microphone, so I could like attach a microphone directly into my camera, and it stopped working. So I was like, you know what? I would like a nice microphone to keep with the computer for when we, either of us need to do Zoom calls or whatever. And so I got this, but it seemingly so far does not match the sound with my mouth. So a little bit annoyed at that. I don't know. If you know how to fix that, please tell me. So yes, the last couple of weeks have been absolutely insane for good reasons. And I honestly, I have hinted at this. We have hinted at this for a while. And my tolerance and patience with people is pretty damn thin at this point. So I think that I just need to share a little bit of our experience and why, I have talked a lot over the last couple of years about my health and how I've had on and off struggles, both with physical and mental health. And as you know, with Crohn's disease, a huge trigger is stress. There's no question about it. And we have experienced a lot of stress, and mostly related to our barn. Again, I hinted at this. We have tried to be extremely respectful and understanding of people's opinions of what we're doing. But it comes to a point where people are so ridiculous against us that it is laughable. And we have been laughing through the last 2+ years with the things that we have experienced in starting our barn. And normally, I would share on that social media, but I haven't been sharing on there because people are creepy. People are creepy. That is what we found out. And it's continuing through this weekend, which was absolutely wonderful. It was so fantastic. Again, not going to go into detail about what it was about, but some people in the area assumed that they knew all the details in relation to this when they didn't. And man, the complaints we get about our own property are just insane. In fact, not even about our own property. When anything goes on in this area, it's our fault. Somehow magically it's our fault. So, we have experienced some crazy things, people peering in our windows, trespassing on our property. The list is truly endless of what we've experienced over the last 2 years trying to start this barn. Just inappropriate activity by people. And obviously it impacted my health quite a bit. These people know that I do have health issues, and I'm good at handling them. I'm okay with it. But people are very shocking. People are nasty. Zach and I have always, wanted to have open conversations with people. We always welcome people to come talk to us if they had concerns. And I guess they laughed in our face and decided, well, we'll say one thing to their face, but we're going to go turn around and say something completely different behind their backs about what they're doing. So that door has closed. That door is completely closed. It's been rough, guys. It's been rough. So anyways, I want to share actually about my health because, well, you can see I'm like in pain right now. Gosh. So first of all, I've been having some GI issues, nothing crazy. And this, well, maybe it won't blow your minds. I have no idea. I had to get a new GI doctor. And unfortunately, when I called to make this appointment, they said, so, is March 17th, 2023 good for you? And I'm like, I guess. Like, they're like, oh, it's not urgent, right? I'm like, I mean, a couple pounds lost in weight and like ostomy output increasing. I guess that's not an emergency, but at the same time, I want to like feel this out with a doctor. I'm not in pain from my, GI system, but something definitely hasn't been right for the last couple of months. And they've also explained that my exhaustion, holy cow, just, sorry, like a little indigestion here. Nothing Crohn's related, I just ate. But, I'm not having stomach pain. It's just other symptoms that are occurring. So I would have liked to have talked this out with a doctor. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pause on that for the time being until March 17th, 2023. So I guess St. Patrick's Day next year, I will foresee how that goes, I guess. And it's funny because I think on March 17th this past year was also stressful for us. I think I did a video on it because I had some appointment with my nose, and we were in Yardley, Pennsylvania, and we got notifications on our Ring camera that someone was trespassing on our property taking photos. Yeah. So I remember that last St. Patrick's Day. This is what I'm talking about. It's just nonstop with people. I wish I had the time that some people have. Anyways, so the big update really that I want to tell you, and I feel like you guys are going to be like, what the heck, Maggie? What the heck? And I'm sitting here, what the heck? I was like tearing up on Snapchat with my friend because, she has kind of been there through all the health stuff. So I really pushed myself this weekend. I had to recover. But honestly, the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been noticing a new pain. And I kind of like, power through it. Maybe it's nothing, just get through this past weekend. But it's something. And so I had to contact my surgeon about it. Nothing to do with Crohn's, but as you may remember, I had to get kidney surgery right before our wedding. So that was just another added stress along with jerks around our wedding. That's a whole other ball field that I'm going to share with you eventually because we're going to share. We're done being silent of our experiences with the barn. It's time. That's where I am. Thank God for anxiety medications. That's where I am. I'm not going to be afraid of these people. But I had kidney surgery before our wedding. And sorry. I got to tell you why I'm like wincing here. So it was my right kidney. I had a UPJ obstruction. It's just when the ureter that leads into the kidney is obstructed or like narrow. So that's what happened. And I had a few options of what I could do for it. One was live with a stent and like have that changed out regularly, which didn't really sound pleasant to me. Just because stents are not comfortable and then having them replaced and removed is not comfortable. So I went through a surgery to resect that part of the ureter and then reconnect it. It's called pyeloplasty. And I got that done, I think, July of 2020. So it was mid when pandemic was very bad and it was very lonely for me in the hospital and that wasn't helping my health too. That's why I broke down crying before they knocked me out, like on the operating table, because I felt so alone. The stress leading up to the wedding, how people were reacting to our wedding, it was a lot. I really can't wait to share everything with you guys. It's been a long time coming. And so you remember that if you've followed my channel for a couple years, well, that surgery was successful, very painful, extremely painful because they found that I was basically filled with scar tissue. It was growing on basically everything in there. And he wound up stitching my kidney up higher and like tilting it. I think what did he do? He did something with my liver. I don't know. All I know is he scraped out a ton of scar tissue and it wound up being way more painful than we expected. And then I had a drain in for a while that was just leaking everywhere. So it was a lot more than what I expected. I didn't really mentally prepare for that surgery. Whereas the proctoclectomy surgery, I probably overly mentally prepared because I knew it was going to be rough. And so it wound up being okay. Anyways, kidney has been great. Righty, amazing. I get twinges every now and then, but it feels more like, I don't know, if you poke a scar or something. Like, I know I had surgery there, but it's not the pain that I felt before where my kidney could not drain to my bladder. Well, the last 3 weeks, yeah, lefty is acting like righty. With righty, I let it go for about a year because I didn't know kidney pain. Kidney pain is severe. It is very harsh. It is not fun. And I had let it go for so long because of where my kidney is located and where my stoma is. I sincerely thought I was having blockages frequently. So I kept blaming it on that. Until I wound up going into septic shock. I wound up in the ER and they discovered that I had a raging urinary tract infection that basically I was asymptomatic other than kidney pain until I got to the ER and they said, hey, can you give us a urine sample? Like, is there any blood in your urine? Are you having any burning? And I was like, no, I'm fine. Went to use the bathroom and there was blood. Yeah. By the way, I do want to mention this. I don't have my wedding ring on, not because there's a problem, but because my finger got swollen. Yeah, I had a little reaction. I don't know if you can see it. It's healing up my dang face. You can't really see it. I probably have the exposure on a little too much. You can kind of see it swollen on top of the finger right there. That's why I don't have my wedding ring on. So I don't, oh my God. Okay, so lefty hurts. Man, my hair is a mess today. That's why I don't have my wedding ring on. I don't want anybody, like, questioning that. It's just another one of those things where I'm like, all right, I won't wear it. I was thinking about putting it on a necklace because I feel weird. I've never taken it off. But I need my finger to heal so I can put it back on. And I need it to heal completely because I, like, let it heal halfway and then it got worse again because I put my ring back on. But anyways, yeah, this pain is very, very similar. It started about 3 weeks ago, maybe a little longer than that. And I was having the issues with being super tired, and my ostomy output is super watery, and I have no appetite, but I don't have stomach pain. I'm fine there, so it wasn't really making sense with Crohn's disease. Like every time that I've had flare-up with Crohn's, it's been painful. Like I know it's my stomach. So some of you guys were saying, hey, did you maybe have the C word? And I did, but I wound up getting that a few weeks after the exhaustion started. Now, the kidney pain didn't start until a few weeks after I was better from that. And I don't seem to have any long-lasting effects from it. It's not the first time that I had it. I had it winter of 2021, I believe. And that time I didn't have any lasting effects. Zach actually has been more sick both times than I was. So it's sort of interesting that it worked out that way. I think that this exhaustion is related to my kidney. I don't know if there's a UTI. I didn't know the first time that there was a UTI. So as soon as I messaged my doctor, I did it yesterday, he got back to me within 10 minutes and like scheduled all of my stuff, all the stuff he wants me to do. He wants a renal flow scan. He wants an ultrasound. He wants blood work. He wants urine workup. He wants to see if I have a UTI that I'm just not having symptoms from. What I will say, and it's one of those things where it's like, do I bother even mentioning these symptoms online? Because, as somebody who's got a chronic autoimmune illness. I know that it gets old hearing about the 1,000 things that might be wrong with me. So I'm not going to necessarily talk about everything, but I do have, I get bladder irritation sometimes. I just assumed I've had a lot of surgery in my abdominal cavity. I would not be surprised if scar tissue is irritating my bladder or something along those lines. And it never seemed to develop into a full UTI, so it didn't seem like a UTI. I did not get tested for one, though. I had a UTI maybe in the springtime. That was the only time I was like, yep, this is definitely UTI. I had a little bit of blood coming out when I peed. The thing is, I don't know if that meant my kidney had the infection and it didn't go away and it's been festering that long, and my body is finally catching up to it, and I'm having to sleep a couple hours every day in the middle of the day, which means I'm trying to do work basically from the time I wake up around 7 to about noon, and noon is when my body gives out. So from noon to 2 p.m., no one's hearing from me, and then I work 2 p.m. to it depends, sometimes 7 p.m., sometimes 8 p.m., whatever, is going on that day. Which is super frustrating because I wasn't like that at the beginning of summer. I was not taking naps at all. It was amazing. I felt energized and I could get through a whole day. And then suddenly I just hit a wall, and I've kind of been stuck in that. I'm trying to eat what I can. I'm trying to get the nutrition that I can. Again, my ostomy output, it's just water. It's full right now, just watery output. And it's only 11:30 a.m. And I think I've emptied it 4 times, which is weird for me. I feel like normally I empty 5 to 6 times total throughout a day. I'm having to get up multiple times in the middle of the night to empty, which is not normal for me. Usually I wake up in the morning and empty. It's full, but that's when I handle that. So I even tried loperamide this weekend because I knew I had something going on and I couldn't necessarily step away to address it. And that didn't work. That did not work at all. My ostomy just kept filling. So it's been a little bit of a rough time. The chair that I sit in here has a metal rung that goes across it. Not a metal, a wood. It's a wood chair. That would be weird. It would look kind of weird. And it hits my kidney, that little wooden piece. So I knew I had to contact the doctor yesterday morning when I pushed myself out of the chair, pushing my back against the, I keep wanting to say metal, the wood piece. I almost dropped to the dang floor. I was like, oh my God. So, I contacted the doctor within a few minutes of that happening because I was like, you can't ignore a pain that you're, kind of takes your breath away. It's not nearly as severe as it was with the right kidney because I don't want to let this go, obviously. But it is very frustrating. I feel like a sinking ship right now where there are so many points where I'm just like, if I get this surgery done or if I take this step, afterwards I'll be healthy and I'll be able to do the things that I want to do for my health too, like changing my diet and stuff. I feel like I can't do any of that because every time I get the surgery, I do what I'm told, I get better. It only lasts a couple months and then something else goes wrong in my body and I need to get that taken care of. So it's just really old. And with the amount of stress that we've been in over the last couple of years, I'll tell you that I think the anxiety medications have truly helped when it comes to, stress affecting the autoimmune illnesses. But there are certain structural things that obviously, if my left kidney is getting blocked off like my right did, anxiety medication and meditation and all that's not going to help it. It needs to be fixed. So, but the amount of stress that we have had has not helped. And it's very frustrating to remain silent with our project because people have turned it into a really negative, nasty thing that it's not. All we wanted to do was get our barn open, be able to help our families that are struggling, be able to gather people. That is something that my mom, before she passed away in the last few years, she has brothers and sisters that would always host the family Christmas party. And every year she wanted to host it, but obviously, health-wise, she was not well enough to do so. So it was always her want to host everybody, host the family, just get people together. And I realized that I have very much that same personality. You know, I probably get a little too stressed out and, I don't know, but I thrive off of it. I truly do. I love gathering people and just seeing, you know, friends and families, loved ones just connecting again, especially after the last 2 horrible years. I am one of those people that believes very firmly in face-to-face contact, face-to-face interaction, conversation. I don't like, you know, I like sharing online, but I really do like connecting with people more in person. And that's what we could do with this. And people just turned us into evil. I don't know. The things that we've been called. You'd be amazed. The stories that have been made up about us. Shocking. So, thankfully, I kind of shared this with my doctor. And she's local. She knows how people are here in this area. I think it's everywhere, actually. I think that this problem is everywhere. I think people are just, I don't know, have too much time on their hands and want to, I don't know, just have something to talk about. I mean, like I said before, I wish I had the time that some people have. But I guess I'm saying this to share the message of be as supporting as you can, be as kind to people as you can. Don't assume that everything you see online is true. And, you know, if you've got a problem with somebody, go talk to them. Go talk to them in person. Share your thoughts and just be honest with them, but be respectful and be kind. That's something we haven't been given, but Zach and I are very much, you know what? We're not going to let nasty people change the way that we act. We're going to be kind. We'll be nice. If other people want to be that way, totally fine. That's not us. No. So anyways, guys, I know that this video kind of went on, but, you know, just after this last weekend and what we've experienced, it's insanity. But I always appreciate your support. You guys have been so kind to us in times that I don't think you necessarily knew were harder than what I was letting on. And, you know, we're striving forward. I will get this kidney taken care of. I've got a couple of work trips coming up, so I've got to kind of figure out that schedule with the ultrasound and the renal scan. The blood work is quick. I can get that done probably anywhere. But the other tests I just need to figure out, especially with the flow scan because of the Lasix that they give me. You'd have to find a bathroom on the way home. That was rough. That's why I have a bedpan in my car, which has been more useful for throwing up in than, you know, urinating in. But I'll have to find it in case. Keep it on hand. The funny thing is, the lady that did my flow scan gave me a urinal too, and I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? I can't aim. I've got no aim game. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm so sorry that it's gone on for like 25 minutes now, but I'll keep you updated and I'm hoping to start working on videos soon. I'm just catching up on everything that I missed out on the last couple weeks just from craziness and then not really feeling that great and needing to sleep a whole frick ton more than I'm used to. But yes, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next. Bye, guys.